everyone. So, I guess it's time for an update on me, right? Okay, so I'm on a walk right now, and I'm gonna stop in just a second so that this is not so bumpy. But I want to let everybody know the progress that I've made, things that I have found out about myself, and the addiction / self-medication that I have been dealing with over the last month and a half or so. I know exactly how long it's been because, all this crap came up on my anniversary, so that's funny-ish. So it was kind of a crappy anniversary this year. Just kidding. But I'm not kidding. It was a crappy anniversary. And poor Cedric, because I wasn't really feeling it, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so excuse the cars passing by. I hope they're not too obnoxious. Because I was just out on a walk and I was thinking, hey, I haven't updated the world on myself. And because everybody's just so interested in me, right? I thought that I should let you know. No, but I do want to let people know how I'm doing, because a lot of people in the world, especially I think in the US, and in particularly probably in the LDS community / Christian community, because there's a really big taboo on overuse of drugs, and that needs to not be that way, because it's almost inevitable when you're in chronic pain. So I gave everything I had. I think I told you last time, I gave all of my tramadol, Fioricet, Xanax, and clonazepam. I think that's all I had to Cedric, my husband, if you don't know that. And I have asked him when I am really coming down with something like a massive headache, or, well, the thing is, I don't always know if it's going to be a massive headache or not, because that's kind of the problem with headaches, is you don't know. And so anyway, when I think it's gonna come on as a massive headache, I let him know, and he gives me the prescribed dose so that I'm not overdosing anymore. I went to the rehab just for a consultation, and this lighting makes my nose look huge. Whatever. I'm gonna turn my hat. There. That's cool, right? Super badass. Sun's right in my eyes. There we go. Okay, so I went to the rehab for a consultation, and I talked to them, and they told me, you know what? I see some addictive patterns starting to happen, but you're not an addict. Not yet. And I think that you were caught in the nick of time. But anyway, they said that going into the rehab center was not going to be the best thing for me, because I would be around a lot of super addicts, and that's not what I was. What I was doing was self-medicating, which is, it's not logical and it's not okay, but they weren't working anymore. And so in my illogical brain, it was, I was telling myself that it was okay, because obviously I was in pain, and in order to get out of the pain, I had to take more. So really what this did for me was it brought into light to my family and friends, Cedric, myself, that I need to treat this pain. More importantly, I need to find out what my pain threshold is, because I don't know, I've been on drugs ever since I had the stroke, and I've had a headache ever since I've had the stroke. So I've been working with some doctors to get off of my pain and to get off my pain meds as much as possible, so that I can actually kind of experience true pain and see what I can handle and what I can't handle. And then if I need to go on to something from there, then I will. I am working on my diet and exercise. That will help more than anything at all. So hopefully, as I'm making these videos, I'm to get skinnier. Haha. No, but really, diet and exercise. I feel in my soul that will heal me. Food truly is medicine, right? And when I feel crappy and sick, the last thing I want to do is get out and make myself a good meal. So I'm gonna do some meal prep, and you know what? Right now I feel super duper crappy, and because of that, I was wanting some pain meds, but Cedric was in a meeting and I couldn't get it, so I just went out for a walk. And I feel so much better, you know? And why don't I just do that all the time? I think that because I am doing better, I'm able to rationally decide that some fresh air just might fix me. I'm doing really well. I get really frustrated sometimes because the pain is not gone, and I always want things. I'm a very, very impatient person. That is a big problem of mine. Sometimes it is a good thing. Like when I was a missionary for my church, it was actually kind of a good thing because I really pushed people to get things done. But right now in my life, I feel like God is teaching me patience, and it's a good thing. Another thing that I really think is going to heal me is spending more time with my kids, because I have kind of used them as a cop-out, I guess, kind of. Not really. I mean, I've needed a lot of help, and I haven't known how to tell where I need the help and where I am just using the help out of I don't know, just what's the word, because I want it. And I've taken a lot of days where I just kind of sleep away the day, and I can do that because I have a nanny, and I don't always need to do that. In fact, unless I truly have like a migraine where I'm throwing up and can't see, I shouldn't do that. And I'm really working on that. I'm getting myself out into the world. I'm starting to work more and come back into talking to people and trying to be social, which is going to get me off of the antidepressant. And the sunshine and the eating better is also going to get me off the antidepressant. I need you guys to hold me accountable for this stuff. Another really, really cool thing is at the rehab center, they have something called a theta chamber. And what it does is it works with like frequencies in the brain, and they put this really cool thing over my eyes, and it's like this Star Trek, I look pretty cool device. And anyway, it just like flashes bright lights, and it puts me into a REM cycle without being asleep, even though most of the time when I go in there I fall asleep. Anyway, it's really awesome for me because I don't always sleep very well, and I don't get enough REM in there, and it creates this really great euphoric feeling. And every time I come out of that chamber, I am pain-free, and I'm pain-free for a few hours. It's pretty cool. I think that that's another thing that's really going to help me. Diet, exercise, and that theta chamber, I think that's going to do it. I really do. And I'm excited, really excited to come back to who I am and be back to being a mommy. Maybe I'll have more kids, who knows? And things are looking up for me. And that's saying a lot, considering that today's kind of a crappy day. I really do love my friends that are watching this stuff, because I know you love me and I love you. And I really want this message to get out there, that it's possible to get off of pain medication when you're in pain. It sounds kind of counterproductive, and coming off the pain medication is actually really painful, but it's possible to do and really important to do, because otherwise it's an addiction that will be there for the rest of your life, and most likely you'll start self-medicating like I did. And there are other choices. There are other things you can do. There are other things I can do, and I finally am doing it, and I'm being supported. I have such an amazing support system, and that's important. But if you don't have a support system, you can still do it, I promise. And you can find support. You can go to AA meetings or NA meetings. Whoa, that was a loud truck. Or NA meetings, and find a support system. Even though you may not be like a true addict or whatever, you can find people that will love and help you and sponsor you. I am really grateful that I have a lot of help, and I'm so grateful that I'm getting better. I really am. Not to say I'm all better. I mean, it's a really, really good thing that I don't have my medications anymore, that Cedric has them, because like today, for example, instead of going on a walk, I really wanted to just go self-medicate, take a bunch of drugs and get rid of all my headaches and anxiety and everything that was happening inside of me today. But Cedric was in a meeting and I didn't have access to them, so I went on a walk and I'm feeling better. And I decided to talk to you guys and update you, which also makes me feel better. This is like just a journal for me in the future as well, and I'm really glad to get this out. I think that when I talk on this thing that I probably sound funny, because I don't know, I say a lot of ands and like whatevers and likes, so please excuse that, because that's annoying to listen to. Anyway, I'll talk to all y'alls later.